Hello, everyone. This is Mrs. Kringle, and today I'm going to talk to you about some resources that you can use to locate information on cultures and countries. So, if you would, please go to the Pierce School District homepage. On the Pierce School District homepage, you'll see up here one of the links is for schools in our district. If you put your mouse over it, you'll see the 5 schools in our district. If you mouse down over TF Riggs High School, you'll see the link to TF Riggs Library, and you can click on it there. Or if you want to, you can click on the TF Riggs High School link. It takes you to this page here, and if we scroll down, you'll see the high school library link right there. Once you're on the library page, I'm going to have you go to this link right here, or this page right here called Riggs Research Resources. On this page is where you will find South Dakota State Library databases. South Dakota State Library databases are paid for by the state library. They pay about $1 million a year for the citizens of South Dakota to use these databases, and the information that can be found on it is highly reliable and really good for research. Now, because these are paid databases, you can't go in to Google and type in the name of the database and expect to use it for free. You have to come in through a library page. Today, we're going to look at 2 different databases that I think are excellent for culture and country information. The first one is Gale Virtual Reference Library. And again, it's going to be over here on the right-hand side. We're going to scroll down just a little bit. So I've kind of divided up my databases for what their strengths are. And we're going to look at a database underneath the ebook and reference book databases heading called Gale Virtual Reference Library. So you'll see this big bolded heading, ebooks and reference book databases. Underneath it, you'll see all the databases that are filled with book information. And the one we're going to focus on today is this Gale Virtual Reference Library. So once you find that, go ahead and click on that. Gale is a database that is just filled with book information, and they have some phenomenal reference books in here, some encyclopedia sets, and some dictionaries that deal just with countries and cultures. So I'm going to have you come over here to where the search bar is, and we're going to put in a search country, and we're going to do Spain. Okay, and we're going to hit enter after we put in our search term. Now the database has gone and done a search, but it is not searching the internet. It is just searching its library of books. And we have retrieved 2,855 results, all from books, and they're all from different books in here. Articles about the country of Spain. And I think there are 3 in particular that I want to really call your attention to that I think are going to be great for this project for Mrs. Jordan. And the first one is this one called Junior Worldmark Encyclopedia of Nations. This is a reference book that has great information about the countries themselves. Now, it's important you'll notice as I'm moving my mouse around here, I get links. If I put my mouse over this word, Junior Worldmark Encyclopedia of Nations, I get a link, hand. If I put it over the cover here, I get a hand. It's important, though, that we don't click on either of these. Those will take us into the book, but won't take us to the article about Spain or about the country we've chosen to research. So to get into the article itself, we need to click on the title of the article. So we're going to click on Spain right here. And this has taken me into that book to this article. And if I scroll down, what's really nice here is they have the article contents over here on the right-hand side. So if you were just looking for information about the religions that can be found in that country, you can come over here to section 10, click on religions, and it takes you right down there. And there's a section right here about the religions of that country. So really good information. You can see there was lots of other topics too about the country up there, lots of different parts for their table of contents. Up here is your print function. There's also your cite function. So for Miss Jordan, when you need to cite for her, we click on that cite button. That gives her the citation for the article, which tells me the title, the book it came from, who published it, when it was published, the page numbers it came from, and the website and the date we accessed it. So you would just copy that and put that on your works cited. So this is a great one. I'm going to go back to my results here. We're going to click this button that says results. And we can look and see there's a couple of other books that I think will be great as well. This one right here, the Junior Worldmark Encyclopedia of World Holidays. Again, if I click on the article title on Spain, it takes me into an article about Spain and about the holidays of that country there. If I go back to results, another book that I think is going to be really useful for you is going to be this one right here called Junior Worldmark Encyclopedia of Foods and Recipes of the World. This is a book that's dedicated just to talking about the foods of those countries. And this one talks about Spain's food, and I love too, it has little recipes in here with full color pictures so you can make some of those delicious foods that come from Spain. So I think those three books in particular are going to be great for you. But there's another book in here in Gale that has great culture information. In order to find that, I'm going to have you come up here to where we see this Gale eBooks logo. If we click on that, that takes me back to the front page. And if I come over here on the left-hand side, there's a section that says Browse Collections with Cultures and Religions. So if I click on that, that takes me to a series of books that they have in Gale that deal with cultures and countries and religions. And this one right here in particular is a great one. It's called the Junior Worldmark Encyclopedia of World Cultures. If I click on that cover, and this time we do want to click on the cover, come over here, I can choose a volume, and you can see all the different countries. This is an alphabetical listing that I can look up and research the people of. So if I click on Japan to Malta, it's going to take me down here with all these different countries. If I click on this little arrow next to Japan, I can see the word Japanese and Ainu. If I click on Japanese, look at all this great culture information about the culture of Japan. So I've got my location, the language, the folklore, the religion, major holidays, rites of passage, relationships, living conditions, family life. That was a beautiful picture there. Clothing, food, lots of great information. So this is more of the cultural aspect of the countries. So we can either go into just doing a search in our search bar in our country name, or we can come here and search up Junior Worldmark Encyclopedia of World Cultures. I can go to the countries and select like again, Japan, if I use that arrow next to it, and I can select the people that live there and find cultural information. So that is a great resource to use for this culture project. The other one that's going to be great to use is called CultureGrams. And to get there, we're going to scroll down on the page. We're still on the right-hand side of my library page here. We're going to scroll down to Specialized Research Databases Geography. So under that heading, you'll see the database CultureGrams. And if I click on that, that takes me into this database here that has great information about cultures. And I'm going to say that we're probably going to use most likely this World Edition version of it. So we're going to click on this World Edition. And here we have a clickable map, so you can click on the continent of the country that you're looking for, or you can come over here. The continents are listed here as well, so we can come into Asia. And then I again have a clickable map, or I can scroll down and there are the countries there that I can click on. So for example, if I was doing India, I could click on India. Here is some basic information about India right here with the flag and the size of the country and the amount of people living there. But what I think, and there's an infogram, a graphic here that's got great information too about India and what it looks like and how old people are and things like that. That's really a neat thing. But what I really love about CultureGrams is over here on the left-hand side, you have all these subtopics. So I have information on greetings, gestures, visiting, eating. Okay, so what does eating look like in India? And this tells you about how people take their meals, when they take them, how they eat them with families, that sorts of things. It's really, really interesting. Housing, dating and marriage, diet. What is the types of things that they do eat? So that's really interesting. Personal appearance. This is more of the dress aspect. What is the most common things that people are going to be wearing in India? Really, really interesting. The holidays, the arts, if there's specific arts and traditions in those countries, it's kind of listed here. Really, really interesting. Because this is a database, everything's vetted, everything's cited. If I come up here, you'll see my MLA 9 citation we use. MLA, that stands for Modern Language Association. That's the style of citation we use here at Riggs. And if I click on that MLA 9, here's my citation specifically for that page. Okay, so anytime you use one of these, like if I go into the religion and I want to cite it, click this MLA 9 and there's your citation, and you can just copy and paste that. So CultureGrams is a great resource as well, in addition to Gale Virtual Reference Library. But I think those two resources will make a great source of information for you for your project. If you have any questions or need to know more about these databases or how to access them, please come see me in the library. Or if you need some information about a country you're not finding, please be sure to come see me. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.